walks around in his backyard.
Yeah.
Like pistol, not a problem. Every time they were like, "Do 3 rounds rifle, transition to pistol," I'm like, "All right, let's get through the rifle, and then we get on pistol, and we're in our comfort zone."
Nice.
But I just hooked up the rifle. I got the Hydra mount. I got a IR EOTech. I got a laser IR laser.
Well, that's
for
the
front
problem
leg.
with this, right? Is it's a winding road because it's not just like you just get the nods and you're good. It's everything else.
It's like, oh, I got this. Oh wait, now that I have this, I have to get this. Oh wait, now that I have this, I have to get this. And like, hopefully my wife's not listening. About $4 or $5 grand later.
I mean, that I gotta be honest.
I think I'm hooked up.
I gotta be honest. That actually seems.
Rachel, if you're listening, it was double that.
That actually seems reasonable. You know what I mean? Like if you're saying 5, like that to me seems.
Well, the monocle I got was $2 grand.
That's a good price.
And then the helmet, the bag, all the sparks, everything else that I had to get, the mounts and wraps and this and that and stuff for the gun.
Yeah.
It's just
crazy.
Like,
so the real question is, when is OFT going to have loaners?
That's
my way. I'll come. You get a loaner. I'll come.
Rent them. You don't have to loan them. Rent them. People will pay for it.
It's true.
So our buddies at M2 Tactical Solutions in Norwalk, Connecticut, plug. They are becoming night vision dealers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And we're going to start doing a lot of stuff with them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And hopefully, if sales go good for that stuff, they'll have a bunch of stuff that will be out for loan or rent for classes.
That's
probably.
Cool.
I'm a big fan of loaning stuff out.
That's Connecticut.
Yeah. But I'm a big fan of loaning things out. Like, I don't want you to come to a class, pay for a class, you bought your own ammo, and then me to say, well, for $100, you can borrow a shotgun.
Let me give you a different perspective on that. I appreciate that as a person who, trains with you, and I appreciate you keeping cost conscious for us as,
which you do, right?
As customers.
We always say like the skill builder class is a great.
I'm going to give you a different perspective on this. You're talking a very, very expensive piece of equipment that a lot of people can't afford to pay for.
Well,
so
there's definitely going to be a rental or some sort of agreement there. As far as
for sure,
you buy it.
But there should. I'm telling you, it's okay to charge for it, and I'm going to say why. Because somebody might be willing to save for $20,000 setup or a $10,000 setup.
Sure.
But before I do, I would love to be able to pay for it one time. Obviously, protect myself.
I understand your point, but I think the point for
time,
Ben though is like he wants to get people in the class. It's different if you go to that shop and you want to use it just to like try it out.
Yeah,
but in this case, Ben wants people to come to the class.
The issue is, what am I really going to charge for a rental fee that would really be like, oh wow, we made a lot of money on rentals today?
Well,
like,
it's not.
You're not going to.
No, it's not that.
I don't want to rake somebody over the coals.
Yeah, and I respect that.
Just to be in the class, like you're already paying for the class, you're paying for your ammo, you're giving us your time and your trust.
That's
like,
fair.
I don't need to bang you for another $100.
Well, listen, fuck me.
Whatever the fuck
I
it's gonna
don't.
be.
You know
Shut up, Keith.
I don't.
Right now,
everybody's like, stop making us spend more money.
I tell you what.
Everybody listening right now is like, fuck
I tell you what,
you,
Keith, if you come in, you can pay.
Yeah, you get the pay
for everyone.
Ben, that's a deal I will take. I like that.
Listen.
So I got a question for you. I was thinking about it. Actually, I got two. One just came back to me.
Mm-hmm.
So the last time when Sean was here, someone wrote in and asked us anything. Right. And I already knew Sean's answer, but do you ever off-body carry?
No.
Never?
No.
Okay. I mean, I kind of knew that was the answer, but I knew Sean didn't.
This came up the other day. Somebody was promoting a sling bag, and I was like, off-body carry, no. And then somebody else posted, and you guys have probably seen this on the Instagram ads or the freaking Facebook ads, the little pistol mount for your car.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And like my quote is, your car is not a holster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you get into a car accident, I don't care how strong that holster is or that mount is. What do you think's going to happen to your pistol?
It's going to go flying.
Your pistol's going flying.
Right.
Where does your pistol land? Can you tell me where it's going to land? Can you tell me who's going to be in reach or in control of your pistol once it lands out on the street?
Yeah, no, that's like, a good point.
It's the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen. Like, I guess my big thing isn't so much men off-body carrying. So like the fanny packs and the sling bags.
Well, I'll give you an example because I have some of that stuff.
Well, I'll let like a dude pull it off. But for women, if a woman gets robbed, what is she getting robbed of, you think?
Her bag. Yeah.
Her purse.
Yeah.
Purse snatching. Somebody grabs her, mugs her, takes her purse.
Sure.
While you are fighting with somebody who is potentially bigger and stronger than you, as a woman, can you overpower that person enough to gain control back over your purse, reach in it, find your gun, and then deliver shots? Like, if you go upstairs, ask your wife, hey, reach into your purse and find me that blue Bic pen that I put in there last night. How long is it going to take her to do that?
Yeah.
For me, like, so we went to Lake Placid recently, and we were all over the place. I mean, we did a dog sled ride. We ride on the dog, and I was like up, down, in, out, and I was like, I wanted to carry, but I was like, I didn't want the uncomfortability, and like we all know it can be uncomfortable, right?
Sure.
So I carried in a fanny, like under my jacket. Admittedly, I was not getting any quick draw contest wins, right?
Right.
But it was comforting to know that I had it with me, but knowing that it was not going to be a fast get. You know what I mean? But I tend to agree that it shouldn't be your primary.
I'll say
You know
that
what I mean?
like the mounted holsters in cars is just absolute no.
And you know what's funny? The one
100%.
company, I actually had one of their bags sent to me. It's a phenomenal bag, and I'm like, you guys should stick to that. Don't sell the other thing. The bags are great.
For me, it's a no.
Yeah,
Like
no,
the
I'm with
off-body
you.
bag carry, fanny pack carry. For me, it's an absolute no. I wouldn't do it.
So my second question for you is, this is really the one I wanted. That one was just like, well, you're here, so I'll ask. The other one I have for you is,
Why are you gay?
and I don't want the bullshit answer. I know you're going to give me the bullshit.
Okay.
So if you could only pick one handgun, and I don't mean striker fire, wheel gun, I mean specific gun for a new gun owner to get, what is it? I don't want to hear get what fits in your hand. That's all true. But if you have to pick one gun,
just one.
From your experience.
Only one gun that you're like, this is the one to start with if you have no other choice.
Gen 5, 17.
Okay.
All fucking day.
That's a fair, respectable, affordable answer.
I respect you didn't try to weasel out of it.
No. Gave a confident answer.
And here's why. Have you ever seen somebody try to shoot the tiny little guns? The first gen 365s, the Springfield Hellcats.
It's tough. They're hard.
If you had, like, so...
I switched to a bigger gun because of you, and it helped.
I think Jared Reston, actually, this is his quote, so if I get it wrong, I'm sorry, Jared. Love you to death, bro, but I might get this quote wrong. He said, if you were going to leave the house today, right, and you're packing up, you're putting your shoes on, you're brushing your teeth and combing your hair.
Thank you, Ben.
And you found out as you were getting ready to leave the house that today was the day that you were going to get into a gunfight. What gun would you pick to have with you? What would you bring with you? Would you go, oh, I'm going to bring my Springfield Hellcat with all of 7 or 8 rounds in it?